Hello and welcome to coverage of Pro Tour Season 2 for the MSEM format. Today we're going to be watching the winners finals match between Cyber, who is on Black-Red Disruption essentially, and cftsoc, who is on Enchantment's combo. So game 1 has just started. Cyber used Stolen Secrets, which is a hand attack card, to get, I believe it was Artie's Study out of cftsoc's hand. Oh no, Elder's Wisdom. Elder's Wisdom is the strongest combo piece here. And then Cyber is following it up with an Unmasker, which is essentially a 2-1, which grabs a card for attacks. And in this case, grabbing Requiem from the Fallen, which is a conditional tutor. So cftsoc's deck has won through Disruption this heavy before. In the previous round itself, 5th Dragon's Jund deck had 4 pieces of Disruption, and cftsoc was still able to go off turn 5 or 6. So while this does look dire for cftsoc, the sheer resilience his decklist has in the form of like 8 tutors, a bunch of redundant copies, all work. However, Cyber could be Seal the Tombing cftsoc's Elder's Wisdom right here, because Cyber does have, I think, 2 copies of Seal the Tomb main deck, and if Cyber Seal the Tomb's Elder's Wisdom, then cftsoc just loses. And yeah, that's Seal the Tomb. Without Elder's Wisdom, cftsoc has no combo. And is essentially forced to play like a bad mid-range beats deck with it can still win by like having Slaffield Workgate create like Oxen as blockers, RD Study as value, and then cast large Tenacious Brawlers. But cftsoc's deck is primarily a combo deck. And so now Cyber can feel safe that cftsoc can't go off, and then Cyber can just keep playing threats and then pressuring cftsoc life total, while accumulating card advantage and removal for stuff like Tenacious Brawler and Keeper of Holy Lands, which are, I believe, cftsoc only other win cons now. One thing that may be relevant, though, is I'm not certain if Cyber's removal suite, if it's Exit and Memento Mori, aka Edict type removal, it could be that the Slaffield Workgates will protect cftsoc creatures, and then if cftsoc can get an arbitrarily large Tenacious Brawler on the battlefield, through that they just outsize all of Cyber's threats, basically. I know Cyber does have Lucienne, and Lucienne's minus can like just exile a creature, so I don't know how many copies Cyber has. And as cftsoc taking the damage probably means that, say, looking at Cyber's removal suite, it's 2 Exit and 3 Strike from the Shadows. Cyber also has Villainies and Luciennes. So Strike from the Shadows does make this like a lot harder for cftsoc, because targeted removal on Tenacious in the form of Strike and Lucienne, which just kill regardless of size, can really like just eviscerate cftsoc other win cons. Keeper of Holy Lands is incredibly small and can be taken out by a single Villainy trigger. Meanwhile, Cyber has like a strong threat suite in the form of Performer of Ambition, this current Unmasker, and Warden of the Deads. So cftsoc plays Requiem for the Fallen. So this basically makes it so that every time Cyber kills one of cftsoc Oxen, he can tutor up an enchantment from his deck. So Writing Wonders could get there, actually. Writing Wonders it's essentially a 1 white enchantment that whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you get 1 glory. Glory is basically reverse poison. So if you have 10, you win. But to balance it, if you would take damage, you would remove glory first. But if Cyber doesn't really have, if Cyber was hoping to just have a bunch of disruption, then what like cftsoc can do is, assuming that Cyber doesn't have another piece of hand attack here, grabbing Artie Study. So I guess cftsoc doesn't want to grab Writing Wonders directly in case Cyber does have hand attack. But yeah, being able to play Writing Wonders at some point in the future, and then just hopefully stall out till cftsoc gets glory. That's a decent win con. And yeah, see, Cyber does have the hand. Cyber does have the hand attack, and cftsoc has 3 copies of Artie Study and Keeper of Holy Lands. So basically, next turn, cftsoc plays Artie Study. Actually, I think grabbing Artie Study here may have been a mistake, because okay, so if Cyber has another Seal the Tomb here, Cyber can just rip apart cftSoc's hand. So if cftSoc had grabbed something like, let's say, Enhance Armor, or Contra Void Magic, or just anything but Artie Study, so that even if there's another Seal the Tomb, he still like retains some amount of cards in hand, I think that would have been the right play. Especially because here, even if Cyber had double hand attack, and yeah, Cyber saying that they have effects on cftSoc's draw step does not bode well. So I definitely think that cftSoc is going to get punished for searching for another Artie Study rather than a different card here. And yeah, that's Seal the Tomb. So that's going to take both the Artie Studies out of cftSoc's hand, leaving him with Keeper of Holy Lands and a land. Yeah, and Prismatic isn't of much use here. It creates another Ox, which is a blocker. Cyber is down to 2 cards in hand, so cftSoc could gamble that Cyber doesn't have more hand attack and then just play Keeper. Actually, no, that isn't. I guess it comes down to, because if Cyber has hand attack again and just like takes out Keeper, then cftSoc's really in a bad spot. Having a 2/2 on board at least means that cftSoc can kill the Unmasker and stall for a little bit more time. And I believe that Cyber only has 2 Seal the Tombs, so it's not like Cyber would be able to Seal the Tomb Keeper of Holy Lands as well. Oh, 3 Seal the Tomb, so might have 1 more copy. But yeah, I think what cftSoc is going to do here is land Prismatic Leyline on Resplendent Substratum, cast Keeper of Holy Lands, and then search for Writing Wonders and hope that Cyber doesn't have more hand attack for Writing Wonders. Or could get Contra Void Magic. Contra Void Magic is like a reasonably good win con in and of itself. Like, actually, how does getting Contra Void Magic work out here? I think it'll still be 1. Oh no, because Contra Void Magic is in the side only, so cftSoc won't be able to get it. But yeah, and then cast Keeper, search Writing Wonders, presumably. I think it's going to be Writing Wonders or Tenacious Brawler. And in my opinion, Tenacious Brawler is a less like stable win con because it can be removed. While Writing Wonders, once it resolves, Cyber doesn't have any way to interact with it, other than killing cftsoc faster. Yep, here comes Keeper. So cftsoc basically just has to gamble that Cyber doesn't have hand attack in like on the top of their library or in the other two cards in their hand. Okay, cftsoc is actually grabbing Tenacious Brawler. Oh, and tapping. Okay, cast it X equals 0 on Keeper. Okay, that's actually a smarter play. Never mind, because then because then cftsoc gets double tutors from Keeper returning and from Requiem of the Fallen. So I guess at this point now search for Writing Wonders and something else, or actually could get two Tenacious Brawlers. Actually, yeah, getting a Tenacious Brawler, but then getting two Tenacious Brawler has the same worry of like getting Seal the Tombed again, and then just having 0 cards in hand. The Tenacious Brawler and getting two Tenacious Brawler. Because then next turn, cftsoc casts Tenacious Brawler, tutors 2 things, one of which is Writing Wonders. And then it can't infinitely loop Tenacious Brawlers, but can loop Tenacious Brawlers with Slafield Workgate to an extent, and then hope to win with Glory. Meanwhile, Cyber playing a Shock Fetch, getting their red source. Tapping 2 for Zetla. So cftsoc will be forced to discard one of those Tenacious Brawlers. Both players down to 1 card in hand. And is Cyber choosing not to attack, because every attack just gives cftsoc more tutor triggers here. And then Cyber would lose their Unmasker. Like, cftsoc has really brought this back, because like hand attack into Seal the Tomb on Elder's Wisdom is literally the worst possible scenario for cftsoc deck, yet cftsoc is still like fighting through it. And lots of it has to do with like, I think Cyber needs to hit a Performer of Ambition or a Warden of the Dead or a Lucian, some sort of fast clock, but is just not able to. So playing Tenacious Brawler X equals 0, gonna double tutor here. Probably Writing Wonders Slafield Workgate. Or Writing Wonders, the Dryad card, which allows you to draw a card if you sacrifice it. Sleeping Dryads. Actually, cftsoc does have Enhance Armor main board, so could also go for Enhance Armor. Yeah, getting Enhance Armor and Tenacious, and another Tenacious Brawler. So Enhance Armor lets cftsoc get back. Though I am surprised at no Writing Wonders, because I think Writing Wonders would be extremely strong to display here. And cftsoc is grabbing back Brawler. This is fine in that, like, sure, cftsoc can just grow Keeper, but every time cftsoc flickers Keeper, it loses the +1/+1 counter, so I'm not sure that there's much point in that. But yeah, I think it was a mistake on cftsoc part not to get Writing Wonders there. But cftsoc is going to Tenacious Brawler again, grabbing 2 more cards from their library. And this is where cftsoc should not grab Writing Wonders. Oh, interesting. Okay, so cftsoc is actually, this time is using the Inspirit cost reduction. And now is swinging out with a 1/3 Oxen. I forgot that the Oxen could be buffed by Enhance Armor, to be honest. Okay, so Cyber's gonna chump with Unmasker. Hey, this is actually now a pretty commanding board presence for cftsoc. Okay, so Cyber is going to tap out to basically Cyber calls it bolting themselves, but it's also ancestral recalling themselves, or I guess yeah, ancestral recall plus, and then going to try and discard a card at random from cftSoc's hand. Hits Requiem for the Fallen, which I'm assuming is not what Cyber wanted to hit. And now cftsoc has a clock. 4 damage per turn. And then once what's cftsoc has enough mana to do now is even if they don't have like a card to cast, each turn they can use Slapfield Workate's ability to return it to their hand and cast it again. And what that does is it gets cftsoc another Oxen, gets cftsoc another counter. And I don't believe that Cyber has any wipes. I could be mistaken, but then spreading it around on the Oxen could be a good way to like dodge the removal suite that Cyber has. Yeah, Cyber doesn't have any wipes mainboard. So yeah, cftsoc going to swing for 4. So I guess that means that cftsoc casting something other than just, okay, Dryad of the Grove. And cftsoc is keeping mana up to be able to bounce something with Slapfield Workate, I guess. Could be wanting to on end bounce Enhance Armor and get something back from Grave. Get something back from Grave next turn, like another Tenacious Brawler, I guess. So Cyber is now up to 4 cards in hand and desperately needs to have answers to what cftsoc is doing. The problem is Cyber's deck is very good at interacting with hand, but once cftsoc has this kind of board state, kind of doesn't have much it can do. Another issue is that like none of Cyber's threats are evasive. And like Cyber's not going to drain enough just through Zetla. Or really what Cyber needs right now is to have a Villainy and then just shoot cftsoc face a bunch of times with Villainy triggers. Okay, and so Cyber is going to use the not often seen ultimate of Zetla, in which each player draws 4 cards and discards 4 cards, probably hoping to draw into land, drop Villainy, so that next turn Cyber can just like hopefully quote unquote go off by just stacking a Villainy triggers pointed at cftsoc face. So discarding 3 lands and an Exent sounds about right. And then does Cyber have land into Villainy here? No. Cyber. And then on end step, cftsoc is going to use Slapfield Workate to bounce. Tenacious Brawler. Okay. Not sure. I'm honestly not sure why cftsoc would do that. Like straight up Brawler is okay. So to get a tutor trigger with Keeper for what? Tutor for what? Just it is a May, so that's a missed trigger. Yeah, cftsoc. It's a missed beneficial trigger. So Cyber chooses whether or not it goes on the stack. Oh, also Cyber has stuff on cftsoc upkeep. Interesting. Tapping out for Strike from the Shadows on Keeper. Okay. Yeah, it's only instant speed double black spell it's Cyber has. Okay, cftsoc tapping for cftsoc tapping out for Sleeping Dryads. And I guess is making another 1/3 Oxen. Okay, so cftsoc is playing Tenacious Brawler on Dryad of the Grove. For how much? X equals 7. That's definitely a clock. So basically, Cyber needs to have either a blocker or like strike from the or like a piece of removal for Tenacious Brawler. That's Warden of the Dead, which blocks Tenacious Brawler fairly well. And yep, cantrips on ETB. Cyber is saying, oh, this is going to be rough, and I'm not sure what that's in reference to. I'm not sure if he's gonna no. Okay. I don't remember if Lucien's -3 gains life based on power or converted mana cost. But if it's power, then Cyber can very easily stabilize the Lucien here. Lucien also has lifelink. I don't believe that cftsoc has any like life gain, unless you count like the glory from writing wonders as life gain. So cftsoc tapping out for another Tenacious Brawler. X equals 0. Not sure why he tapped the other forest then. And then what is cftsoc going to do? cftsoc doesn't have any removal main board. Otherwise, this game would just be over. I guess cftsoc does still like if cftsoc does get like, or what was happening there is cftsoc gets like an absurd number of like auras on a single like an absurd number of land auras on a single land, and then like cftsoc can use like Slapfield Workgate plus Tenacious Brawler to do some nutty stuff, essentially. But yeah, so Cyber, despite having what is basically the best disruption for cftsoc's deck, Cyber loses game 1. And that really goes to show like cftsoc deck is incredibly resilient. It is a combo that can combo out as fast as turn 3, has resiliency from multiple angles of attack, and even if you take out the main combo piece, it can still like, because Cyber stripped like cftsoc hand there, especially with that Seal the Tomb on the double RD study, but cftsoc was still able to rebuild, come back, and win the game. Anyways, let's look at sideboards. 1 second. Okay, so looking at sideboards here, Harsh Unpreparedness could be good as like, because it would have been good as like, I guess it wouldn't have taken out Warden of the Dead. I don't know. I guess Cyber doesn't have any onboard things that shut off cftsoc combo, so probably not Harsh Unpreparedness. Contra Old Magic is like a beater that like gets back cards that are like taken away with the Cyber's hand attack, so I think it'll be coming in. Serene Prayer plausibly as a few of to be like tutored up to like stop to stop Cyber's like the fast clocks, such as like Performative Ambition, Lucien beats, Unmasker beats. It could also be looped with if Cyber has Contra Magic or Enhance Armor and Slapfield Workgate, can loop those to bring back Serene Prayer. Sigil of Radiance might come in like one, because Sigil of Radiance has a tool for cftsoc to stop Cyber from Seal the Tombing his own cards. Like to stop Cyber from Seal Detoming cftsoc combo pieces. Yeah, I don't know about Crossroads Bard. I'm not sure how to evaluate it in the side or the main, honestly. So I think Contrast of Old Magic, Serene Prayer in some number, Sigil of Radiance in some number. For Cyber's deck, I'm probably Salvatore, Duress, Seal the Tomb, Reign of Ruin maybe, just to kill all of the Oxen. But I think Duress and Seal the Tomb for sure, Salvatore for sure. Reign of Ruin, I'm uncertain on. I definitely think that stuff like Exit is going to be coming out. Anyways, let's look at this game. So Cyber is keeping at 5, which is not super great. cftsoc is keeping at 7 as well. Last time we saw Cyber, like, even while having like strong disruption, Cyber also needed to have a fast clock. Okay, so Cyber turn 1 hand attack, which is the ideal. Stolen Secrets naming enchantment. So Ardes, so Cyber. Okay, so cftsoc did bring in Harsh and Preparedness. Interesting. This is kind of hard to gauge, honestly, if Cyber doesn't have Seal the Tomb, because either Prismatic or Primal into turn 2 Enhance Armor gets back whatever Cyber discards. Artie Study on turn 2 is also not super ideal for Cyber's control deck. I think delaying the Artie Study is probably a good idea. No, okay, so Cyber is going to take Enhance and let cftsoc. And I think that also signals that Cyber doesn't have Seal the Tomb, because I think if Cyber had Seal the Tomb, Cyber would have taken Artie Study and then just exiled all copies of it. Meanwhile, cftsoc only has 1 copy of Enhanced Armor. Okay, so cftsoc going to Wayfarer Shrine for a forest, and then Primal Resurgence of the Forest. Okay. And this sets cftsoc up for a turn 2 Artie Study. Or if cftsoc draws into it, a turn 2 well, actually, I'm forgetting the name right now, but the 3 mana enchantment, which untaps 2 lands whenever we cast an enchantment spell. Elder's Wisdom, that's the name. So, yep, Stolen Secrets into Duress. So Duress steal Artie Study. Yep. All of this cuts cftsoc off from having more cards, which hopefully gives Cyber time to set up and kill cftsoc before cftsoc can. So cftsoc is probably just gonna land. Yeah, Prismatic Leyline. Now has 3 mana, but can't play. But I'm assuming didn't draw into anything relevant. Cyber plays a Swamp and is thinking about something, probably knowing that cftsoc has Harsh on Preparedness, just passes. Hopefully for Cyber, Cyber has Lucien or Warden of the Dead, because Harsh on Preparedness misses both of those. And cftsoc with 5 mana here. Nope, just gonna let the Shock Fetch stay tapped and then pass. It's very much a Mexican standoff here to see who top decks something relevant first. And so, yeah, Cyber's saying oof, so I'm assuming they're not top decking anything good. And it could be that Cyber is just stuck on 3 lands and needs a 4th land to play like a Lucien or a Warden. And it's interesting that cftsoc got a Resplendent Substratum there. Okay, I guess so cftsoc had the forest in hand. I was about to say that like Resplendent Substratum when cftsoc already has access to double white and has a forest, one forest already. Seems like a mistake. But yeah. Okay, so Cyber is just going to duress cftsoc 3-card hand, despite I guess this is to take out the harsh unpreparedness and then play like a threat. Cyber is thinking, is harsh unpreparedness instant speed? Could be looking to like harsh unpreparedness and then have Slapfield Workgate later to be able to bounce it. I think harsh unpreparedness has flash, right? Yeah, I think that's the line that cftsoc thinking of, like harsh unpreparedness on harsh unpreparedness on one of cftsoc own like mana dork quote unquote enchantments. Yep, harsh unpreparedness grabbing primal resurgence, and then cftsoc only has lands in hand, so there's nothing to discard with duress, and then harsh unpreparedness can later be bounced. Can later be bounced with the Slapfield Workgate. Or I guess Cyber saying protect the potential combo. And I guess, yeah, with 3 harsh unpreparedness and a Writing Wonders, cftsoc can combo out. And while getting 3 of a single card over the course of a game may sound insane, if like cftsoc gets like, let's say Slapfield and Requiem for the Fallen, those like the ability to just like stack tutor triggers, or like as we saw last game, Tenacious Brawler plus Keeper of Holy Lands plus Requiem of the Fallen, those tutor triggers can stack up real quick. But it doesn't seem that cftsoc hitting anything relevant, just playing lands and passing. Yeah, Cyber was very lucky to have turn 1 disruption to turn 2 disruption to stop cftsoc from potentially playing something on turn 2. And Cyber taps out for Villainy here, which is good. It's a win con. They'll probably save it for if cftsoc taps out for Keeper, or like let's say Dry Out of the Groove. But no, just more lands and stacking land auras onto that Resplendent Substratum. And Cyber taps out for Performer of Ambition. That's really strong. If it flips, it would be a 7/7. Actually, sorry, it would be a 9/9 because each player would have to discard a card first. And I'm assuming that Cyber will like play a card and then attack with Performer next turn. And cftsoc only answer to this is harsh unpreparedness. So cftsoc really has to hope to top deck that. No, that's Contra of Old Magic, grabbing back RD Study, which cftsoc can then immediately play. In response, does Cyber have Seal the Tomb? Yeah, what a play. So Cyber, Seal the Tombs, RDs, Contra of Old Magic flickers. cftsoc is left with the 4/3, which isn't bad. But yeah, and then Villainy triggers and gets a Shock Face. And then next turn, Cyber, if Cyber draws a card, or actually no, cftsoc down to 1 card in hand anyways. So Cyber just flips Performer, swings in for 9. And yes, cftsoc last card in hand is just a land. I think it's very interesting, like how both of these games have turned out, and this one hasn't ended yet. So it could swing back into cftsoc favor very easily. But the first game seemed to had a start that was very much in Cyber's favor, and then cftsoc came back. And in this game, cftsoc had the potential for like a turn 2 incredibly strong start, but Cyber managed to pull through and is now the one in a dominant position. Also, holding up Seal the Tomb rather than playing it in order to bait this exact kind of situation is just smart play. Because I think it'd be really tempting to be like, Villainy, I want to immediately like exile something relevant so they can't draw it. But then that just thins cftSoc's deck and lets cftSoc hit like other relevant things. But doing it in response is stronger because now you've stopped cftSoc from like it's basically like playing around cftSoc's out. Okay, so Cyber is going to untap and flip Performer, or basically attack and then flip Performer. And unless Cyber has like, no, that's a land. Okay, and is going to tap out for something, because there's literally nothing that Cyber, like Cyber is going to have to discard something anyways. So tapping 5 for Salva. Oh, that's very strong. So, and I'm assuming a minus, like I guess in this situation maybe attack with Performer, or actually, no, okay, so going to flip Performer here. Swings in for 7. The question is, how much does cftSoc value keeping around this Contra? Enough to take 7. And now main phase 2, is Cyber going to draw a card or just going to not risk cftSoc hitting something relevant and just, no, okay, -2, cftSoc is going to sack Contra. And this essentially secures Cyber's win next turn, unless cftSoc can't even top deck Arty Study here, because now there are 8 cards in graveyards. cftSoc is at exactly 8 life. Even if cftSoc has a creature, Cyber has Salvatore to make cftSoc sack it. And yep, cftSoc concedes. We're going to game 3. So let's see if there's any siding in between this game. It doesn't look like it. So I think I was evaluating harsh unpreparedness when I was looking at the sideboards in between games 1 and 2, I was incorrectly evaluating harsh unpreparedness. While they are also a way to like take out, let's say, Merc Accords or actually Merc Accords would probably come down on 3, so harsh unpreparedness is bad for that purpose. But that and similar stuff like let's say Onyx Ritualist, like as a way to interact with those hate pieces and then go off. It is also that, but it can do the triple O-ring thing of infinite enchantment ETB triggers. So it's a secondary combo if Cyber decides to seal the tomb or Salva the Elder's Wisdom. And cftSoc is doing some sort of cftSoc sideboarding 2 cards. That's Cyber's also Cyber sideboarded in a single card. Interesting. I'd have to ask them what these choices are after the game. Also, an important thing to note is that if Cyber is still not out of this, Cyber will just go to losers finals if they lose this game. But if Cyber wins this, they'll continue to be on track to win both Pro Tours, because Cyber did win the first Pro Tour. With cftSoc on the play, though, that is going to be difficult. Because as we saw last time, cftSoc had multiple things to do turn 2. And if one of those is Elder's Wisdom, for example, that can really screw with Cyber. So the ability to just hopefully let's say if this is a double Elder's Wisdom hand, and yeah, if say cftSoc has Primal Resurgence like you did there, Then there's literally nothing that Cyber can do to stop cftsoc from going off, because Cyber can have, and not Cyber playing a shock fetch tapped. Cyber always wants to have hand attack turn 1, so that's definitely a problem. And tapping 3 for RD study. This is essentially how game 2 would have started if Cyber didn't have 2 pieces of hand attack and wasn't going first. And Amber Hill, Slapfield Workade, Primal Surgeon's Forest, Keeper of Holy Lands. That's pretty good. If something is like trapped beneath 2 lands, then that's less good, but it's still like pretty decent hits. So I guess Cyber drew before cracking the shock fetch must not be a land heavy hand. With 2 lands here, could potentially go hand attack into Seal the Tomb. Now tapping out 2 for Zetla. Yeah, tapping out 2 for Zetla. Gonna do -2 or -1? I guess the question is how much it matters, honestly, because with already study out, okay, yeah, gonna do the random discard, hoping to hit something relevant. Enhance Armor is a good thing to make cftsoc randomly discard, because that's otherwise how cftsoc would recoup discarded cards. But yeah, with Arties online, it's a little bit hard because people in this format like to joke about Arties being a draw 5, and in some situations, it can be functionally that. Having like Keeper in there, so cftsoc like tutors up uses Keeper to tutor up Elder's Wisdom and then go off. Still doesn't have any. I was just about to say still doesn't have any white mana, but then right as I say it, cftsoc plays the shock fetch, probably searching up Resplendent Substratum here. Yep, there it is. And tapping, yep, 3 for Keeper of Holy Lands from the RD study, and is likely going to search up. I guess again, searching up stuff to hand is dangerous. But yeah, cftsoc is just going to go for Elder's Wisdom straight up, and it's like, okay, if you have the hand attack in the Seal the Tomb, sucks to be me, but I know I can still win through it. If you don't have it, well, I'm definitely going to win. And yep, gonna -1 with Zetla. cftsoc's like, I have a land. It's okay. Tapping 3 for Performer or Villainy? Villainy. Cyber really needs more disruption here, and they just don't have it, I guess. Yep, and grabbing the land untapped probably so that have a route for Elder's Wisdom into cast something else here, and then go off. Okay, yep, tapping out for Elder's Wisdom. Still has 2 cards in hand. Resplendent Substratum, Slapfield Workade from the top of, I don't know, Primal Resurgence. Is now making 4 mana every time Elder's Wisdom causes something to untap, essentially. Oh no. Okay, meant to play Slapfield Workade. Still, that's net 2 mana from. And since cftsoc is making a mana tracker, this is presumably cftsoc's attempt to storm off right here. 3 mana. Could it have been a. Okay, plays Primal Surge. How many cards does cftsoc have left in the command? Oh no, that was the entirety of cftsoc's study. So doesn't RD study get sacrificed right now? cftsoc does not seem to realize that. This could become important later on. And if Cyber isn't calling it out, I'm not sure that I'm supposed to call it out either. Tenacious Brawler, X equals 0? Yep, that's the right play. And cftsoc tutors something now. Another Elder's Wisdom. Yep. It's actually interesting that also didn't create an Oxen from Slaffield Workgate from that cast. And yeah, Slaffield Workgate now there's enough mana with Slaffield Workgate to just go infinite. And so cftsoc wins Winners Finals 2-1, advancing to Grand Finals of the Pro Tour Season 2. Congratulations to cftsoc, and good play from Cyber, and they still have the chance to bring this back through Losers Finals.